Okay, I wanted to make this longer form video just to help you out, Rob, and show you some of the mistakes I've been seeing, and where we could improve, and how we're gonna get better. So, in this first clip, I think one of the issues to start is you see, quote unquote, see red too often and over pursue, and it very much leaves us in poor positions. So you're fighting, right? And this guy's dying. He's even almost dead. So, you know, in this situation though, he's left the fight, and also it's Roadhog, so Roadhog is beefy as fuck and doesn't die easy. But either way, we're supposed to win point here. We got them down to 2 people left. It's just like it's literally the 2 supports, and I think Ash is somewhere around here. Ash is right there, so we should win this fight. But you see red, and instead of going after those 3, you sprint in here. But by this point, you know, he's already kind of healed up. And you've also gone into his zone where he can... You're a long-range character and he's short-range, so he one-shots you. And now we're kind of boned. So, yeah, so that was little thing 1. So next up, I wanted to discuss just positioning yourself. This comes with map knowledge, but I just wanted you to like try and be more cognizant of things like this. So let me play this at one point. We're trying to get a push off. Oh no, we're trying to defend here. We're probably going to lose this anyways, but... So watch yourself. Let me just hit Control I. You're in the middle there. So far so good. We're just fighting. We get damage. So just be more... You got to be aware of where the enemy is coming from. So you run out in front of the boxes here where there's no cover and away from your healing area, and you get one shot. So we're probably losing that engagement anyways, but you know, just be more... Just trying to be cognizant of like using cover is always good. So that was game 1. Let me just quickly run through this. So I wanted to point out this. So let's watch your play here. So you teleport in. That's fine. Doing a little bit of damage, running away. I would just like to say that sometimes using the map, like knowing map knowledge is good, because you can teleport into this room here, get downstairs, and maybe get a free kill off on somebody. But I'll show you the mistake that happens pretty soon. So let me actually even go to your perspective. So you teleport in, do a little bit of damage, but the thing is they're not just going to let that escape multiple times. So, you know, it's a pretty easy pursue and kill. So I would just say, like, when you're playing Reaper, like, try not to teleport into the middle of them. You're more trying to just, you know, pick 1 or 2 off, because otherwise they just get an easy free kill. So next up, I wrote this one down. You figure out where you are. Yeah, so you teleport into the middle of 4 of them, so they just kill you instantly. So just be more careful with your teleports. And you gotta position yourself well, so you're not just getting instantly killed in every situation. So let's watch this clip. So I think you've just popped your ult now. But what you do here is you have a good high vantage point, or you could... I mean, over here isn't really great because Roadhog's here, but you sprint inwards with your ult up rather than trying to use the high ground. And again, it's a case of seeing red. So you should have maybe just stuck up here, try to dip and dodge the Roadhog thing, and just killed him. But you run in and you die. So you saw red again. So let me skip ahead to... Okay, so this is something that I wanted to point out. So this was when we were trying to get a push off, and you guys were planning on going from the top and trying to hit them from below. You were gonna double ult up, and it was gonna do something. But you know, I think that while a good plan, I think it just took way too long, and you guys weren't doing anything in the meantime because you know it's 7:31 when I started this, and I'll play it at double speed. But I mean, they're just bullying the shit out of us. And yeah, it's a random being stupid, but you know, they're just bullying the absolute fuck out of us. And you've been standing in the corner for a minute before you come down and help deal out maybe a little bit of damage. But I would just say work on your positioning again. So so here's another thing. Again, seeing red and going and just running and sprinting in. So you have the high ground here, you know, you can use that high ground to your advantage, but you jump down, and if these guys weren't bronze ass, and also you didn't have Darkseid here who slept the person that was about to kill you, perhaps, and the Rhine doesn't miss it, like fuck up his charge, and then also fuck up everything else, you maybe die there. So I'm just saying, you know, like, you have the high ground here, you can get off some shots, and then if they're forced to retreat, you know, so, you know, just make sure to use your positioning better and not give up the high ground so easy when you're ulted and nanoed, because that very much could have gone the exact opposite route. So be sure to use your positioning where you can. So now I'm going to do Junkertown. So not to be negative the whole time, I have see, this is what I mean, and this is where you do it, because you have the high ground here, and rather than jumping down, you pop your ult and just immediately blast everybody to pieces. I mean, and that's huge, and we get 4 kills off of it. So just making use of the high ground is huge, and making use of your positioning. So let me switch. Okay, so we get a kill here, and here's what I mean sometimes about like using your ult strategically. So watch. Alright, you pop your ult, but they all have so much cover, they just immediately sprint behind it. But wait. Alright, so let's see. You know, popping it, not now, but wait. You know, you pop it like here, and they're all dead. You know, and also you had a pretty decent angle. Whatever. There was 3 guys there, but yeah. Let's see, where was the next thing? Okay, so here you try and go for the flank, and I'm only calling this out a few times, but I watched these clips, and you flank a lot. You go for very unnecessary flanks that just results in death, and going alone pretty often. So, like, I mean, look at your position here, like, okay, let me flip to your camera. So, I mean, it's an okay angle, I guess. You're able to put a little bit of damage on them, but it's not even that great an angle. But look how far you are from literally anyone, from any help, like completely isolated off on your own. And, you know, um, that's just an aspect of hitting shots, but that's not important. But look, they abuse the fact that you're off on your own. And this is another tip too. You sprint the wrong direction here. If you had gone forward into me, I could have maybe done something. Or, you know, Jackson could have gotten an angle to shoot you, because, like, let me switch to Jackson. Like, we're trying to get you. We're trying to help you. So I would just be, like, more aware of, like, what you're doing, because if you... And try and always move towards the team rather than away, because you turned around, and if you run towards the team instead, maybe you survive that, maybe not. But, you know, in the beginning, a call could have been avoided by, you know, careful positioning. Um, Alright, so here for context, we've just proceeded to... This is where we were getting called out for this, and this is something we seriously have to fix. So we just got a pick, and we're up, right? So we got to get in there. And we got 2 picks even. We have 2 picks. They're completely down. So what do we do here? Like, it's time to go in at this point. They're nearly dead. So I'm blocking their guy entirely, and you guys are just need to go in and start firing, and instead we're just, you know, not doing. This is also on Seaton too here, because Seaton completely whiffs the heal. But, you know, we're taking so long to go into these engagements that, you know, this is an engagement we should have won, but we're all literally just sitting. I mean, it makes sense for the sniper to be sitting back, but I mean, look how far back we are from the actual fight, from the thing. We got 2 picks. Let's go. And at this point, I thought people were with me, but, you know... Okay, so let me just play this in real speed so you see what I'm saying. You shoot for a second, and then we spend the entire rest of the fight... You spend the rest of the fight getting healed up. And by the time you pop back out, I'm dead. They've gotten a lot of time to come back. And we don't even get a kill off on from it. So they've completely just... Yeah, like they've completely come back. And the push is over, and we just lost all the momentum. So, like, we just have to be pushing. Sometimes you just gotta push harder. It's all, you know, situational, but still. But just to continue this team fight and show. So actually, you get the kill here, but this is another thing where you see red, and I'll rewind 10 seconds. So, you know, you get the monkey, and you also get baited here. You get baited, and they just all kill you. But I mean, watch, if you would, again, turn towards the team, you back up 10 seconds. Okay, so monkey's dead. If you turn towards the team here, I mean, look at how out of position Reinhardt is. You know, he's in our back line here. I'm in the front. I've got all 3 DPSs distracted with just shooting at me. You know, if you turn around and kill Reinhardt here, we can win this fight.